Stand by. Here we go.
In a movie, every detail, no matter how small, is designed to tell you something. And ever since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with finding out more.
I want to see it first.
Come on.
I'm Dan Lanigan, and I spent my entire life collecting artifacts from my favorite films. Now, I'm setting out to learn more about the props from the Disney movies that I love.
Captain Jack's iconic frock coat. He rocks this costume.
The actual Codalus.
What? These are more than just props and costumes.
This is a real cinema relic.
It is.
Sort of like me.
These historic artifacts help tell the story of how these films were made.
It's history. It's my childhood.
And as a fan,
Does it have your smell?
No comment.
they somehow make you feel like you're a part of that story.
Is that what I think it is?
Is the original Aztec chest used in the movies.
Wow.
This was one of 2 stop-motion bugs.
Feels a lot lighter than that.
This is amazing. This is one of the nicest looking pieces I've ever seen.
Oh, that's a pirate movie.
You've gone back in time. It's a living, breathing world that you guys created.
No film had ever attempted anything like this.
It was like a dream job. I think about it every day.
Now streaming on Disney Plus is a new series, Prop Culture, where we follow movie collector and film historian Dan Lanigan as he hunts for the most incredible props from our favorite Disney movies. And Dan joins me right now. Hey, Dan.
Hi, Jeff.
All right, Dan, I know we're here to talk about Disney Plus, but I see Tom Servo standing there next to you, and I am the ultimate Mystery Science Theater 3000 fan. I'm the ultimate Misty. I went to the convention in 1994 at Eden Prairie, Minnesota, and look, I still have the shirt from the convention right there. And also when I was at UNLV, I convinced Comedy Central to bring the Fresh Cheese Tour of Zombie Nightmare to my college. I even brought a 16mm print that we could watch in our Art Deco theater, the Huntridge Theater, here in Las Vegas. And I still have that shirt. Look at that. Fresh cheese. So when I saw Joel Hodgson in your episode about the Muppet movie, I mean, I went crazy.
That's cool. I think Joel is an amazing guy. I love the show. I have not been a Misty for as long as you have. I came across MST3K on the Comedy Central, or the Comedy Channel, I guess it was originally. And a bunch of buddies of mine would sit down and just order pizza and watch 2 episodes at a time on videotape and just do it. We've done it for years. Love the show, love all of the hosts, love Mike, love Jonah. I mean, I think, the show has got a real attachment to our culture, and I do think Joel is a pretty special guy. I'm very fortunate to have become friends with him.
Now, my all-time favorite movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. As you can see, I'm wearing the shirt today. And when your episode aired about all those incredible props, let me take you back to 1993. I was on the Disney MGM backlot tour at Disney World. The first time ever I've been to Disney World, and I was on that attraction. When that tour ended, when the buses stopped, there was all the props and sets from Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, all of the models, all of the puppets. I was going crazy, and yet I was just flabbergasted that they were just all sitting out there under these giant plexiglass.
We might have been on that same tram, because I remember that exact same presentation. I think the first time I went to Disney MGM, or maybe the second time, is when I got off that tram ride, the backlot tour. There they were, all of those puppets, and that just blew me away. It's amazing to see that stuff in person, isn't it?
It is, and nobody cared. Everybody just walked by it. No one stopped to look at it, and I wish I'd taken photos, but I didn't.
Well, it hadn't attached itself to our culture at the point. It was a little different. It was, it's the first feature film to be stop motion, and it's darker than your typical Disney film, but it is so special, and that's what made it stand out all these years later.
So many of your episodes made me emotional. All of, finding these incredible movie props from these beloved movies. I think the episode that got me the most emotional was Mary Poppins. You found her original traveling jacket, her original hat. You were looking for her parrot umbrella, and the original broomstick for Step in Time for the chimney sweeps. What an incredible emotional time that was.
Yeah, I was beside myself. I couldn't tell if it was real when I was experiencing it. That Tony would sit with us and then sit with me and then invite, first of all, the fact that he'd agreed to do it, and then invite us into his place. And then when we showed him the costume, how it really meant something to him. I mean, it was a once in a lifetime experience. And the thing about it is this show has been a series of once in a lifetime experiences for me. And I'm so happy that, you know, what I find interesting and important about these artifacts is that the emotional connection that, us movie fans have to them, but also the emotional connection that the people that made these movies still have, because these films were important to them.
And for your Honey, I Shrunk the Kids episode, you restored the shrink ray, which was an amazing feat by itself. But then you got the kids back together to reminisce and find props of the giant ant. And of course, the feather in your cap is getting Rick Moranis, who's notorious for being a recluse. And you got him to sit down and just reminisce about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, I don't know how I was able to pull it off, but I guess he liked the idea of the show and the timing was right. I mean, I'm a huge fanboy of his work. I love Strange Brew. I love Ghostbusters, Spaceballs, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And, to be able to sit down with him and talk, I mean, we talked for like 3 hours. You only see a small section of that in the show, but there's probably 15 minutes of us talking about his experiences on Strange Brew, which just blew me away.
Well, I'm a huge fan of Strange Brew too, and I did the Brother Bear Junket at Disney World where Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas were together. So not only did we talk about SCTV, but we talked about Strange Brew. I just love that film.
That's awesome. You got to meet Bob and Doug? Oh my gosh.
I think what took my breath away most when I was watching your show, Dan, is you interviewed Phil Tippett. You went to his workshop. This is the man that animated the Tauntauns in Empire Strikes Back. He is a legend.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to make the show, is I wanted to shine the light on these people that deserve to some credit for these amazing films that they made. Yes, we talked to some of these actors who are fantastic and the directors, but let's be fair, people like Phil Tippett and Tom St. Amand and Charlie Crowell, these are people that you should know because they've been important to the history of movies, to our cinema.
Well, Dan, congratulations on the new series. It is spectacular. We are going to Zoom. We have a lot to talk about, and we have so many stories to share. I'm going to be your new best friend. So thank you so much for talking to me.
All right. That sounds awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Prop Culture is now streaming on Disney+, and if you're a movie fan, you cannot miss this. It is an incredible show. They find Fozzie Bear's Studebaker from the Muppet movie. You got to see this. I'm Jeffrey Gay Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.